Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Top back here with another 2K21 demo video, guys. And in this video today, I'm going to be breaking down kind of what we know about the shooting in NBA 2K21 and what I think is going to be best for you guys moving forward. And it's kind of hard because we don't know everything about the game yet. But guys, without further ado, if you are new to the channel and have not yet, please smash the subscribe button as we're on the road to 35,000 subscribers. Let's hop right into what I know about the shooting in NBA 2K21. So, first things first, obviously, with stick shooting, it's a little different, okay? Because you can hold it down without timing, you can hold it down and try to time it. And there's just so much that goes into shooting with the stick. Okay, there's so much that goes into it. Now, one thing Mike Wang did say, he said that, and I'm on Xbox too, obviously. He said that if you shoot with the stick without the shot meter, then the aiming's automatically disabled. Because that's one thing I was wondering about. What if you had the shot meter off and tried shooting with the stick? Because I was going to say it's almost impossible. But then it goes strictly to the timing of the release, so the aiming doesn't even matter. So if you shoot with the stick, with the aiming, you're automatically going to have the meter on. And for me, at least, I'm not good at aiming at all. I haven't really practiced that much. But it's very rare for me to green anything. It's very, very rare, you know. And obviously, the more I shoot, the better I'm going to get. But it's like, shooting is hard with the aiming. It's super hard. Whereas if I just press, you know, the X button, it's a lot easier for me. It's a ton easier for me to just press the X or square button and get, you know, a better timed release. But with that being said, do I think you can absolutely master shooting with the stick? I think you can be pretty good at it. You know, mastery, I don't know. Just because it looks like the green window is going to be super, super small, but you know, with some people having modded controllers and stuff like that, you don't know. You don't know what could happen with this. I mean, you truly don't know what can happen. For me personally, do I ever think I will try to use the stick? No, I don't. And here's why. Shooting with the meter, first of all, for me is something I never did in 2K20. I did it for a short time, like 2 weeks in 2K21, maybe 3 weeks. Not very long in 2K20. So hopping forward into 2K21, I have a hard time seeing myself shoot with the shot meter. Can I? You know, maybe. But it's just hard for me to aim it too. Like, I'm bad at aiming the jump shot as well. I'm not very good at it because the shot meter is so small. It's hard for me to necessarily see, obviously, where the optimal release point is and everything like that. Now, the one thing I will say is if you can get the aim down and you can use R2 to time the jumper as well, supposedly you get a big boost. But first of all, the biggest thing is aiming your jump shot. That's the biggest thing. And I can't really aim it that well. But yeah, I'm trying to time it and aim it at the same time. And sometimes, you know, you don't have to move the right stick hardly at all. And it's easy. Like right there, I don't think I moved my right stick at all. But at a time like that, I needed to move it to the right, and I didn't move it very much at all. And it's just tough. But I can start to see the boost by trying to time my shot a little bit you know, as well as aim it. And I will say I have noticed, you know, the R2 timing, it does help. You know, I think it increases your green window, stuff like that. But do I think it's better than just shooting strictly with X with the meter? I don't. I truly don't. I think, you know, especially in a competitive type game, if you try to shoot with the stick, you know, the margin for error on it is just so minimal. It's so small. Do I think some people will perfect it? Possibly. But for me personally, I just think there's too much that goes into it. Too much, especially when you know, get to the dribbling stage. You know, you fry somebody and then you try shooting with the stick, and it just happens so quickly. I'll be the first to admit I'm not good at shooting with the stick. You know, I'm just simply not very good at it. As you guys can see, I haven't greened very many shots, but it's just there's so much that goes into it. I've never shot with the stick in my life, and to just completely retune it, it's hard to do. Same thing on post fadeaways. Like, I've heard post fades are going to be super good with the stick. And I've even seen some people be like, the only time I'm going to use the stick is when I shoot post fades. And I can't disagree. You know, it looks like it's a lot more consistent. You have a lot less movement with it. But as you guys can see, I'm pretty precise just with the strictly shot timing, you know, compared to, you know, when I'm using the stick trying to maneuver and time it. There's just so much that goes into timing your shot if you do use the pro stick. I don't think, you know, it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just, it's preference based. For me, there's too much that goes into how I play to necessarily just be like, yeah, I'm gonna use the stick. Because, you know, if I you know, combo something up, find a way to get open, I just think, you know, using the stick, especially after like a quick stop, there's so much that goes into it. It's not as easy as a lot of people would like it to be. And it's the same thing, you know, on layups, it's the same thing. I can't ever see myself in 2K21, first of all, using a shot meter. Second of all, going into a layup thinking, yes, this is going to be a contact layup. Let me use my pro stick. That's never even crossed my mind. Like, it's just not me. I don't think I think the implement of this pro stick shooting is going to be absolutely worthless. I truly believe that with everything I have, especially when you can turn that shot meter off and just get that little boost. I think that's going to be all you need. Now, can I see people absolutely perfecting it? Absolutely. But like you're seeing with me, I'm using a shot meter right now with X, and I'm greening like a big majority of my shots, compared to the pro stick where I'm not greening hardly any of them. It's just, there's such a huge I would say penalty for you know, misaiming your shot. I mean, it's so easy to misplace it to slightly left, slightly right, even very left, very right. It's just, to me, I think it's super hard, especially maybe it's easier on PlayStation, but on Xbox it's so easy to move your right stick. It's just, it becomes so difficult. So for me, I don't think I'm going to even try stick shooting unless it becomes like the meta, I would say, in 2K20. I'm definitely going to start the year off without a shot meter and just using square, because that's what I did in 2K20, and that's what I was successful with. So that's what I'm going to do in 2K21. Now, you know, like I said, if it becomes kind of the meta to shoot with the stick, I'm obviously going to have to adapt, overcome. But there's just so much that goes into the game to be worried, in my opinion, about stick shooting. I wouldn't overreact about it in this game or trying to get it necessarily down to a science going into 2K21. What I would really work on in the demo is more just the dribbling, getting just kind of a feel for the game, the animations, the movement, all that type of stuff, rather than worried necessarily about kind of the pro stick shooting. I think there's just a lot more that you can worry about heading into 2K21. But that's just kind of my thought process behind it all. I personally am not good with the pro stick. I'll be the first to admit that. I think the shot meter is so small, it's hard to time it. And second of all, why fix something that's not broke? I rarely have trouble timing releases. I shoot a pretty good percentage, so why would I worry too much about that headed into 2K21? It doesn't totally make sense to me why they're doing all this, why they're saying, you know, especially for like post hooks or certain types of layups, you gotta start it at 8 o'clock, move it to 12 o'clock while tapping R2. Just let me click square and try to time it, man. Why do I gotta do all this to shoot the ball if I get a wide open jump shot? Just let me shoot the ball. Why are we making things so difficult? I don't know. I mean, I don't understand why 2K is spending a ton of time on this compared to whatever. But that's just kind of my thought process behind it. I personally won't spend any more time trying to adapt to the pro stick shooting. I've spent enough time on it and still struggle with it. So for me, I absolutely do not think it's worth trying to even use the pro stick until it really becomes the meta, which I never think it will be. Just think about kind of the shot meter, the foot meter in 2K20. That's how I think this is going to be in 2K21. But that is going to wrap it up for my shooting kind of tips and trick video. Is kind of what I would call it, kind of how I feel about the shot stick compared to when you can turn your meter off with just X. And remember, when you turn your meter off, I mean, you can still use the shot stick, but the aiming is disabled. So that's one thing to note. You can't get like a double boost or anything, whatever it may be. I'm bad with the shot stick. I know a lot of people aren't going to be consistent with the shot stick, especially right now. But that's just kind of my thoughts behind it. I will use X or square probably the whole year without the shot meter. And that's the way I'm going to go. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love y'all and have a blessed day.